Question, guys, when you look in the mirror, the person that you see, what is the person worth to you? How much is that person worth? 1 million naira, $1 million, whatever your answer is. Anyway, watch the other part of the video. But the answer should be that the person is priceless. And hello everyone, welcome to Enchanting Life channel. It's Maya. So as you know, if this is your first time, if you don't know, then I am literally new to this YouTube thing, and I was indoctrinated, is that the right word? No, introduced to it by from Niaye's channel. I met him in Ghana during a short vacation, and yeah, I actually was planning to post a video on Friday, but this stuff has been happening and there's been a lot of buzz going on around it, and I just thought it's a good idea to make this video really brief and to post about it. And for the 10 people I think that have subscribed so far, thank you so much for the love. And for the other 36 people who stopped by to watch and then didn't subscribe, I don't know what happened, guys. But I can promise you that this is going to be one of the most positive places you can count on social media. So let's get to it. This talk about coronavirus, Nigeria banning a Chinese restaurant. I mean, what's really happening? And what does all of this have to do with self-esteem? Keep watching. So you probably don't know this about me, but you'll be finding out as time goes by. But I'm a very, very big fan of positivity and conscious self-evolvement and conscious self-improvement. I keep using the word conscious because I am taking a course in psychology, but minus the course in psychology, one of the things that people don't know about human beings is that we are 95% subconscious and 5% conscious. And when you value yourself, everything about you and your life changes. And I have been one of those people who have not always known how to value myself, and I have lost so much. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I've lost because I didn't really understand the psychology of self-love. I mean, I've lost appointments, I've lost people, I've lost really valuable things and pieces of myself that I probably would never be able to get back again. So when I heard that Nigeria actually went on to put a ban on the Chinese restaurant, I was really happy because it told me that Black people are beginning to step up this self-value and self-love game. I mean, how can you come to a country that is not yours and you're running a business and you put a ban on their people eating in your... I mean, how does that even work? If this was in China, I would totally understand. But now you're in Nigeria, they gave you licenses, of which to get a license to do a business in China is another topic entirely. And then you come and you're doing your business and you say that people cannot eat. Why? Is it because the black saliva has coronavirus? Because guess what? Coronavirus came from China. Which brings me to the topic of coronavirus. Have you ever seen a Chinese man walk into an African restaurant that they want to eat amala or stashambanga or kenke or banku or undole? Have you ever seen that happen? I don't think so. At least I know that these eyes have never seen that happen. But if you have, feel free to let me know in the comment section. So this video is more or less like a rant and a freestyle. So just pardon me, I'm just talking randomly. But I know that I'm making sense because we've been talking about it. And some of you may not also know this about me, but I am a PhD student in cultural and media studies, African culture particularly, and many of my colleagues have been talking about this thing. We've been talking about it from the academic, scholarly, grammar angle, but when you get to the real nitty-gritty, fact of it, it's just the fact that Black people, we tend to not really put a lot of value on ourselves. We tend to put ourselves on a very low level. Talk about coronavirus, for example. Almost all the countries in the world have put a ban, or at least a travel limitation, on countries coming from certain places into their zone. Do you know that as we speak right now, you can still come to Nigeria from wherever you are, even if that place has like tens of thousands of people with coronavirus? And I imagine what would have happened if coronavirus broke out in an African country. I think that the first thing they would have done is put a ban on us. Now, I don't know if this has to do with economic reasons. No, it's not that I don't know. I know it has to do with economic reasons. And the truth is, many of the resources that goes into production in the West comes from Africa. Unfortunately, Africans are so busy living for the day and, just looting funds, especially African leaders, that they don't plan for tomorrow. And so when issues like this happen, you begin to really see the impact that corruption can have on people, because now you're not able to put a travel limitation on countries because you depend on them for their foreign, for the money that they bring into the country, the trade that they do in the country, their revenue from their currency, you depend on it. And so you cannot protect your people because you're financially vulnerable. And why are you financially vulnerable? Because you are busy looting when you were supposed to be building, right? Okay. Now, having said that, I'm not a political person. I say this like all the time when political issues come up. It's just that for me, it's all connected to the issue of self-love. For example, I am working on a documentary that has to do with African hair and what it has to do with self-esteem. And as African women, we wear a lot of weaves. I'm wearing a weave right now, even though my hair is out. And the truth is, African hair can be quite, a challenge. And for example, I'm going to put pictures of my hair in this video. My hair is the same length with this weave, if not even longer, my natural hair, without relaxes. But I don't really carry it all the time because it can be a little bit challenging, especially because of our weather. But even when I have my hair out, I know, or I have worked on accepting myself to the point where I know that I'm on fleek, whether I have a weave on my hair or I don't have a weave on my hair, whether I've got acne on my face or I don't have acne on my face, whether I've got makeup on or I don't have makeup on. Because the truth is, the value of a human being is not all these blings, but it's who you are, that you embody life, that there is life inside of you. Life is contained in who you are, and that's incredible because no amount of money in this world can buy back that life. All the rich people that have died from having this coronavirus issue, you cannot buy them back with their money. They are gone for good. And if you are a Christian, a practicing Christian, and you believe in life, resurrection, then good for you and you're able to work for it. Okay, we can hope to see you again. But if not, you're gone for good. So that's the point. Life is what makes all of us valuable, whether we are rich, we're poor, we're black, we're pink. It's because we are alive and we cannot buy life. So why then is it that we are busy as Africans not valuing ourselves, putting ourselves on the last of the list all the time? Why? This topic is so bitter and it's so close to my heart that it actually makes me want to cry just making this video. I actually came here to, read because it's a very quiet environment, but I thought, okay, why not just do this right now since I have my stuff with me. But yes, so Nigeria didn't put a travel ban. So last I heard this morning from my group, I'm gonna take a screenshot from that conversation and put it in this video, that Nigeria is now being used as a country where people are passing through when they are going to other countries. So there are like literally thousands of people with coronavirus walking through the country. Now let's imagine that the virus was not heat resistant, because I heard this morning that it was heat resistant. That means we will be dead. And African leaders definitely come across as people who put much more value on their money, on getting as much money as possible, than on the lives of the people, on the blood of Africans. I'm going to tell you people a really quick story of what happened while I was in Accra, and how it just corroborates to the story of how black men, black women, Africans, we don't value ourselves. So quick story, when I was in Accra, we were going to a party somewhere at Ridge, and I was in the car, and so were some other people from different countries. There was a lady from, I think, Kenya, I can't remember where Nini is from again, and there was another lady who was German, and there was, a bunch of other people, and then there was 2 French guys. So we passed by the policeman on the way to Ridge, and when we were going, one of the policemen stopped us and, checked our car, our bags and stuff like that. And I didn't really have anything on because I don't really drink and I don't smoke. So this story, so we were in the vehicle now, and we were in the car rather, and we're going vehicle car, I think the same thing. And we're going, and another policeman stopped us. Now he has every right to do that because this country, I mean, in Accra, you see like 10,000s of street lights. I think they are traffic light. I think they are put there to control traffic, because I heard that people don't really stop when there are speed bumps, but they have no choice but to stop when it's the lights that are on, unless it's only you on the road in the middle of the night, you're coming from a club or something. All right, so as we were going, another policeman stopped us, but then this Frenchman, I'm not going to call his name here, then said to the policeman that no, we're not stopping. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't stop. We zoomed right past the policeman. Now I want people to quickly imagine with me being in Paris. In Paris, what's the right pronunciation? Whatever. And you are in Paris or France, and then you are white, and you tell the French policeman that you're not going to stop, and when he stops you, are you crazy? I think they're going to flag down your car in like 5 seconds. Or imagine if you are in the US. Now, imagine if you are not white. You are black, and a white cop stop you, and then you tell him to his face that you're not going to stop. Is it possible? I was so mad that when I got home, I was talking about it to some of my friends, and they told me that on their own experiences when they were going from Nigeria to Accra, some of them went through the road, that the policemen didn't even check the vehicles. They just went to meet the person who was driving, had some conversations, took some money, and then left. And then they were 18, 19. So anything could literally have happened to them. So we, in the vehicle, were like, I think 4 black girls, me, the Kenyan lady, one Jamaican. She's Jamaican or she's from the Caribbean, I think. I don't know, but we were black inside the vehicle. And what if something were happening? What if we were being kidnapped? What if we were being taken into sexual slavery or something of that nature? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Do you see my point? I'm really upset with this whole dynamics, but I'm at least happy that they were able to ban the Chinese restaurant. I think at least that's a step in the right direction, and I can sleep a little bit better. Although I still don't understand why the Chinese people were doing that. I don't know, like, is there something in our saliva? I mean, guys, maybe people should check your saliva. I would probably check mine if there is something in our saliva that would make it a crime for us to eat with cutlery sets in a Chinese restaurant that is in our country that we're paying to eat with. We're not saying give us the food for free. It really hurts. So that's the point. If you don't value yourself, nobody's going to value you. And the truth is that for you to be successful in a healthy way in this life, it begins with your relationship with yourself. The way you live, the way you take care of yourself, how responsible you are for your finances, for your country, for the people who rely on you, how you take care of your house, how you take care of your body. All of it contributes, and all of it is a part of self-love. And I think that is this lack of self-love that is our problem. So it's not an issue of I'm fixing weaves, or I'm wearing, let me say, for example, fake nails. Okay, my nails are not fake, they're real. Or anything of that nature. But when I take off these things, do I still feel comfortable when I look in the mirror? Is a person I see in the mirror still someone that is valuable? If I don't take my cards on my phone or whatever, I don't have cars, by the way, maybe one day soon. But if you don't have all these things, the person who you see every day in the mirror, you still loving the person? Are you comfortable with the person? And when can we get to that place as Africans? Because that's the only time we'll be able to not have stupid issues like this, and we'll be able to not have to risk the life of our citizens in cases of coronaviruses and pandemics like this, just because we have to rely on foreign investments. I think in London, they are paying everybody in Britain £500 per week. These people are prepared. They prepare for the rainy day. I don't know when we're going to get to that point with serious budgeting and, you know, taking life serious. And it's like this is the small things, you know, the African time that we do, the not being so serious when we are supposed to be serious, the pushing everything under the realm of spirituality. It's things like this that contribute to what the situation is today with African development. And I really hope that we can begin to do better as we are learning to know better. So if you like more self-love videos and you want to know, exact ways to actually increase your self-love and build your self-esteem, definitely subscribe to this channel, because that's what I'm all about. You know, teaching you and each individual how to respect themselves, love themselves, and, you know, manifest the life that they have really always wanted to have, which is an enchanting life. I think everybody deserves to have an enchanting life. Thank you for sticking with me thus far. I'll see you over the weekend in the other video where I talk about cities and I rant about what I don't like about certain cities and what I do like about certain cities. Yes, thank you for watching. Don't forget to, what are all the things that YouTubers say? Leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and please, for the love of life, share with your friends, because it's really important for us as Africans to level up on this self-respect and self-love thing. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the documentary that talked about on African hair and accepting ourselves as we are as Africans, but also a documentary that will be screening at a cultural ball later in the year that talks about African cultural practices that prevent African children from being able to live their best lives. And I'm not just talking about female circumcision and child marriage, because that's what I did in my MA research work, child marriage and FGM. But there are a lot of things that go on in African culture that really, impedes the growth of children in a positive way that we can do away with. And then there are also a lot of positive things. So that's what the documentary is going to cover. So don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, share, and leave a like. Thank you once again.